I'm Jason Andaman of Group 13, and our topic is angles formed by a transversal.
There are three types of angle pairs. First one is linear pair. For it to be a linear pair, two angles have to be equal to 180 and must have two adjacent lines to intersect one another. These supplementary angles, which states that two angles added must be equal to 180. Lastly, they are vertical angles. They are two congruent non-adjacent angles by two intersecting lines. There are 5 postulates and theorems. Parallel alternate exterior angle theorem states that if two angles are cut by transversal, then any pairs of alternate exterior angles are congruent. Example below. Parallel corresponding angle postulate states that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then any pair of corresponding angle theorem are always equal. Biased, in short, states that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then any pair of interior angles on the same side are always supplementary. Biased states that two parallel lines are cut by transversal, then any of their exterior angles on the same side are always supplementary. Perpendicular parallel line theorem states that if two lines are cut by transversal, corresponding angles may have the same measures. There are 3 methods of proving. The flowchart proof is basically a concept map that shows the statements and reasons needed for a proof. Second is the paragraph proof, which is basically written in complete sentences.
That the measure of angle 3 is equal to the measure of angle 11.
The concepts that we need for the proof are congruent angles. Angles are congruent if they have the same angle measures.
And the substitution or transitive property states that A equals B and B equals C, then A is equal to C.
Parallel alternate interior angle theorem or PIA, which states that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then any pair of alternate interior angles are congruent.
The last one would be the two-column proof, which proves by putting statements on one column with the reasons on the other.
Angle 3, angle 5, and angle 10 are alternate interior angles based by the definition of it. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 5, and angle 5 is congruent to angle 10. This is based on the parallel alternate interior angle theorem. The measure of angle 3 is equal to the measure of angle 5, and the measure of angle 5 is equal to the measure of angle 10. This is based on the definition of congruent angles. The measure of angle 3 is equal to the measure of angle 10 based on the substitution or transitive property.
Angle 10 and angle 11 are alternate interior angles, and this is true by its definition. This means that the measure of angle 10 is congruent to measure of angle 11, and this is true by means of PIA.
Measure of angle 10 is equal to the measure of angle 11 based on the definition of congruent angles.